Hello everybody, it is December 17th, which means it's the 17th day of Vlogmas. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling very well. I think I got a cold, which is why I had a very bad headache yesterday, so I didn't upload a video yesterday. It doesn't matter, because I did do a whole bunch of knitting. So I can catch you up on on the progress of my winter sole sweater. I'm knitting this sweater as a Christmas sweater, and I'm hoping to have it finished by, well, preferably Tuesday, but otherwise it's Wednesday, to wear for Christmas. And I have finished one of the sleeves. I did make it a short sleeve so that it kind of ends up here, which is fine. I just did not have it in me to make a full sleeve. Also, I think this is going to be a very, very warm sweater. So I don't know. I think having shorter sleeves is actually going to be very nice. I won't overheat too much. Instead of picking up the other sleeve, I've started picking up for the neckband. And of course, as soon as I started that, I just threw the pattern out of the window. There's a certain amount of stitches that you need to pick up in a certain rate. And after a while, I was trying to do that, and I was just like, yeah, never mind. I'm just going to do my own thing, which is usually what happens at a certain point in a pattern. I get over it and I just do my own thing because I always think I know better. So yeah, really, really excited. I have tried it on a couple of times. It's very soft. It's very, very comfortable. And I'm really, really happy with it. I'm hoping to finish the neckband tonight, maybe, and then I can start the other sleeve tomorrow. That's Thursday, and then maybe I'll be done by Friday, which would be great because then I can block it over the weekend, and after blocking I can sew all the ends in, which is going to be awful because it's an absolute carnage. Let me just turn this inside out. It's an absolute carnage of yarn buff on the inside of this sweater. So this is the inside, and these are all the floats. and this is where I changed colours all the time. And it's absolute mayhem, but yeah. So if I don't make it before Christmas, it's fine because it's just on the inside, so you can just pretend it doesn't exist and deal with it later. I usually would actually sew in all the ends before blocking, but I have a feeling that this yarn is going to change quite a bit during and after blocking. So I'm just going to leave everything as is, block it, and then deal with all the other nonsense. I hope that the neckline is going to be tight enough. The pattern says to make the neckline really long and then fold it over and then stitch it on the inside. I don't think I'm going to do that. That just feels like too much work, and I don't think I want to do that. It might be too warm for me on my neck, so I don't really want to do that. I'm just going to knit it until there's like a length that I like, and then I'll leave it at that. But I'm really, really happy with how this is turning out. I think it's becoming very pretty. It's not a very long sweater. It hits me nicely when I'm wearing high-rise jeans, which is all I wear anyway because I'm 45, and there is no way in hell that I will ever wear low-rise jeans in my lifetime again. I think we had that nonsense in the 90s and I'm very much over it. Was it 2000s? I find that I'm like sort of messing up decades at the moment. I'll say something, oh yeah, that was so 90s, and then people are like, no, that was 2000s. I'm like, oh yeah, you're absolutely right, but oh well. doesn't matter. I'm wearing my rose cardigan today, which is a pattern by Andrea Mowry. It's supposed to be a faded cardigan. I just never did the fade. I just did. I have some alpaca yarn, and then I'm holding it double with mohair. This is a very, very warm cardigan. Because it's alpaca, it does lose its shape quite quickly. I just sometimes throw it in the washing machine for a little bit and then in the dryer. I do use the wool settings, but I find just putting it in the dryer on the wool setting for a little bit just kind of fluffs up all the fibers and sort of makes everything nice and tight again. I love this cardigan for inside. It's terrible for wearing under a coat. I hate bat wings. I am never going to knit anything with bat wings again, because you cannot put because my arm is here, but all of this needs to go in a coat, and it's just really uncomfortable and annoying. So I don't recommend bat wings if you live in a climate where you need to wear a coat to go outside, which I do. It's although we're having an unseasonably warm December at the moment. I think it's about 10 degrees Celsius right now. Usually it's about 3-4 degrees, I would say. And then it will get colder in January and February, after which we're also over the winter, and then usually it starts warming up a little bit again in March. It's actually quite interesting. The Netherlands is quite high up. I think it's like on the same sort of like level as Canada, but because we're near the ocean, we sort of have like sea climate, and it's very mild climate, but it does get cold-ish here. It gets cold in the winter, but we have nice summers as well. It's usually about 25 degrees in the summer at the moment. We've had summers where it's like really, really crazy, like 38 degrees Celsius, but that's just nuts. We haven't had that for a little bit. We had that one. Do you remember that one summer? I think it was like 2018, and it was so dry. It hadn't rained for ages and I think months on end. It did not rain, and all the grass was dying, and all the trees were just like, bleh. And that was a bit upsetting. I was like, is summer going to be like this forever now? But it wasn't. So that was okay. Because Christmas is next week, I am starting to get a little bit worried because I still don't have presents for everybody. I should go into town today, really, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I just don't feel good. I'll do it tomorrow. Hopefully I'll feel a bit better tomorrow. I think everybody is sort of having like the flu or had the flu. I thought I'd escaped it, and then unlucky, it hits me right before Christmas, which is always so annoying. Anyway, I hope you are feeling so much better than I am. I hope you're feeling very well. How do you say that? I hope you're feeling well. I hope you're not sick. And that you're knitting on something nice, and that you're not stress knitting. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope I'll be back tomorrow with more sweater updates. And I hope you're having a lovely day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.